And we are going to get started with this match. And joining me in the booth here will be Jay Helfert. Stand by, guys. All right, good afternoon, Jay Helfert. How you doing?
Daniel, nice to see you, man. Hey, we got a hell of a field here, man.
We do, don't we?
It's strong.
Absolutely, and look at this match getting started. Scott Frost.
You know, Daniel, invariably, with a field this strong, you're going to have first-round matches like this.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first game right here, isn't it?
This is the first game.
They kicked it off.
Pretty good spread on the break. Look at those shiny balls. They've just been cleaned.
They're brand new balls, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
And Ernesto has just recovered these tables.
That's right. They added 10 new sets of Centennials for this event.
Correct.
Really good.
Correct. The conditions really couldn't be any better than this. Even in major tournament pool, you've got good lighting, good tables, good balls, and good players. Doesn't get much better than that, Daniel.
No, it doesn't. I'm so excited about this event. 3 days of this, and this is just a great precursor for the CSI events coming up.
Well, Santos is finally going to take this bank, I think. He's been thinking about it for a long time. No, he played safe.
Well, that was a good shot. Just excellent cue ball control, since, putting speed on the ball like that.
Scott's got a kick. This is a pretty hard ball to hit because the two's out in the middle of the table there. He missed it too. Santos gets ball in hand, his first rack.
So who do you like in this match? I mean, Scott Frost, obviously a monster, but Santos is no slouch.
Santos is very comfortable playing in here.
Mm-hmm.
This is like one of his home courts.
Mm-hmm.
You would think Scott's a little better player, but because of the fact that this is a place where Santos is comfortable, and Scott has only played here a few times, I think it's a toss-up, this match. It could go either way. A lot of it depends upon how it starts out, these first few games.
Yeah, I agree. But even with, a significant lead, either one of these players is capable of, taking a couple racks down in a row.
Well, it's a lot harder to run racks of 10 ball, particularly on tables with pockets. These are like 4-inch pockets. These are super tight tables.
They are.
I was going to say, in 10 ball on equipment like this, even with ball in hand, you're not guaranteed a run out. But Santos is in good shape here. If he can make this 4 and draw back on the 5, he should be able to get out. Let's just see. He's got to hit this one pretty hard. He put a nice stroke on that ball.
Mm-hmm, he really did.
He's looking good now. Everything's out in the open. He's got the right line on the 5 ball that he likes. We're racing to 8, am I right?
No, Jay. We're actually going to 9.
Oh, we're going to 9. Well, that's a good race.
And
for 10 ball, I would compare going to 9 and 10 ball to going to 11 and 9 ball.
Mm-hmm. And it's 9 on both sides.
Oh, that's good. Even on the loser side. You know what? We're going to have some long matches.
We are.
Playing race to 9, 10 ball, I think the average match is going to be a good hour and a half. Well, Santos left himself a little distance on this 7-ball. On this table, any relatively long shot, you've got to hit it good. He wants to make the 7 and just draw the cue ball over to the side rail. He looked pretty comfortable, though. Santos looks pretty loose.
Reed, you're on table 11. Reed Fleming, you're playing on table 11.
He hit that ball good. Just based on what I've seen so far, Daniel, I think Scott's got his hands full in this match. Santos looks comfortable. You know, there's kind of a body language you see in pool players. And Santos looks very relaxed and comfortable right now. Now, how he's going to feel if he misses a ball, I don't know. But
I tend to agree with you. He looks very focused and comfortable here. He's played on this table. I've streamed him, you know, numerous times already. And that's going to make it 1-0.
Scott, he conceded that 10 ball.
He did. He did. And some events will ask that you do not concede any balls during a game. Which would make it a loss of the game afterwards.
Right.
But
that's typical of a sanctioned event, but this is a pool room tournament, and you know, even though there are rules that they are abiding by, it's call shot 10 ball. I didn't hear tournament director Dave Hemmes say anything about making a concession of a ball, so no penalty there.
But I think if Santos can keep the edge on him, I mean, you know, Scott's very capable of taking control of this match with just a couple of innings at the table, you know. Scott's
been playing. They've been out in the valley the last couple of days playing at Sal Butera's pool room, and
oh, that's right. I had wanted to go out there and see them up there after you had let me know.
He made the 10 on the break. It's going to spot back up. Santos wants to win the game, but
yeah, he wants to know if he can win the game with a 10 ball on the break. Well, you've kind of had your hands full, haven't you, Jay?
Kind of. I always got a few things going on.
Got a couple of house guests, I think, right?
Well, wait, let's see what they're talking about here. I don't know exactly what they're discussing here.
I think for some reason he was asking, do I have to call it? And I'm pretty sure that Santos is aware of the rules. But just maybe some clarification. Scott just said if it's obvious, don't worry about it.
It's nice to see good sportsmanship between the players.
Nice
Boy,
shot.
Santos rattled that one in from the end rail. Let me tell you something.
On this table.
Yeah, that's indicative of how good he's playing right now. No, yeah, Dennis Orculio came in from the Philippines a couple days ago. He's been staying at my house. Manny Chow and Brandon Schuff were supposed to come over, but they were involved with Scott Frost in the action out at Butera's Billiards, so they've been staying out there, and now they've got a motel down here close to the pool room.
Okay. Who put them up over there? Sean Lane, maybe? Or?
No, I think they stayed in a motel out there.
Okay, okay.
You know, they were in some pretty good action.
I heard Manny wanted to play Sal. Did that happen?
No, it did not. Manny played somebody else out there. Gave a spot, and he lost, but Brandon Schuff played Sal, and Brandon Schuff did win.
Okay.
So it was kind of like a break-even adventure.
Yeah.
I don't know if Sal Butera is in this tournament. I mean,
I was expecting him.
Yeah, he's certainly one of the better players in Southern California, but he's got a pretty busy business out there, you know, and whether he can take off for 3 days or not, I don't know.
You know, just as I was expecting Well, I was expecting Darren Appleton to be here as well.
Yeah, a lot of
And
people seem to think Darren was coming. I'm not sure why.
Look at that. What a great shot. He's coming down for the 5.
Well, he's got a little bit of an awkward angle on this 5 ball, but I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with Santos so far. He looks very loose and very comfortable at the table, and we haven't seen Scott shoot yet.
We have not, have we?
No.
And that's going in.
I guess he didn't have such a bad angle after all. He's going to have to shoot the 6 down in the end and pop this ball pretty hard to get the cue ball back down for the 7. This is another testy little shot. You can see Santos taking his time here. He's walking around. Santos likes to do that. He likes to give himself a moment to collect his mind before he shoots. Yeah, this is a hard.
does.
See, he's shooting over the top of the 7. You know, it's another very well executed shot. The problem is he's pretty straight in on the 7. The 8 ball is all the way down table. To get from the 7 to the 8, Daniel, he's going to have to put a big stroke on this ball. It's hard for us to tell from here how straight he is, but he looks like, yeah, he's going to go for where he just laid his cue on the table. That's where he wants to get the cue ball to, right past that side pocket. He's going to have to really buzz this ball in the pocket.
Yeah, this is the devil pocket of this table. He's hitting it kind of force follow there.
A lot of topping. Boy, look at that. He put a nice stroke on that ball.
I
don't think he got there.
No, I don't know if that 8 is frozen, Jay. It doesn't look like it to me.
He fell a little short. He wanted to be all the way over to the side rail. He hit the ball good, but just didn't quite have enough pace. He's thinking about trying to cut this ball in. It can be made. It's a tough shot. You know, the way Santos is playing, Daniel, he's in that kind of frame of mind. He wants to shoot at everything.
I think he does, and I think, he might be a little inspired by all the work that Francisco's been doing in the past week or so up in Mountain View, California. Boy, I saw Bustamante make a shot like this last week. He hit it rail first. Wow.
Wow, you know, he handled that with ease. He handled that with ease.
He really did. He really did. It was a duck. And look at the shape.
We're looking at vintage Santos Sambajon. I'll tell you what, this is why this guy has won a lot of tournaments in this country and played with the best players. I mean, he just looks...
Yeah, well, there were people looking in the chat room saying he's lost a little weight and what happened to Santos, but he's healthy as a... he's doing fine.
Well, he's definitely gotten older, but you know what? He can still play. And he's proving that right now.
As you're seeing right now, folks. So that's going to make it 2-0. And I think he's shooting like must be shooting like a 995 at this point, right?
Well, let's say old school, he's shooting lights out right now.
Absolutely, man.
We're at Hard Times Billiards, the legendary Hard Times Billiards in Bellflower, California.
That's right, the 3rd annual Hard Times 10-ball open event here. We ended up with a final field of 63 players.
They may get that 64th player yet to fill the board.
Now, I saw Alex Pagalayan on the bracket, but is he here and is he playing?
That I don't know. I haven't seen him yet. You know what? I don't think he's here because I haven't seen him. And if he was here, he'd be hanging around with the other Filipino players.
We'd hear him in the background also.
Oh, yeah, well, you can hear his voice across the pool room. I think he's a defending champion, too.
He has won 3 major events at this venue. in a row, consecutive. He won the Hard Times 10 ball last year here, and he's won 2 Jay Swanson Memorial tournaments in a row here.
Well, Scott finally gets a shot. It looks like he's got to bank the 1 cross side past the 8. I think there's room to squeeze it. I'm not sure if he's banking this or trying to cut it in. Let's see. Yeah, he cut it in, and he missed.
Okay, that's
well,
not going to be good for Scott.
That's his opening shot. He missed.
I think Santos is just going to punish him as much as he can.
You know, well, this is a very difficult rack. You can see the 4, 5, 6, and 8 are tied up over by the side pocket, and Santos has got to open with a very difficult long shot.
See how he does.
You notice he didn't waste much time, Daniel. He got down on this ball right away.
Yeah.
He's a very confident pool player right now.
Wow.
He hit that ball in the heart of the pocket.
You know what? I'll agree with you, Jay. He's gotten down on that shot as though he has already figured out the pull pattern of this rack.
Well, this is a more difficult rack than the first 2.
The 5, I believe, goes past the 6 ball to the corner, but I don't think it passes the 8.
No, it'll pass either
to the other corner.
It'll go either way. If you get good position, it'll go